What's going on, everybody? Welcome in to Blazers Uprise Live. We got 6 games for picks against the spread, and we'll talk about the Blazers standing situation, and we'll talk about this upcoming game against the Memphis Grizzlies. I don't want to spend too much time talking about the Memphis Grizzlies, Eric, because we're going to be talking a lot about the Memphis Grizzlies over the next week since we play them 3 times out of 4 games. We're going to get bored of them. We're going to get tired of them. So we'll talk a little bit about that upcoming game tomorrow. What time does that game tip off, Eric? I am not privy to our schedule.
I will double check, though.
It is 7. So big games against the Memphis Grizzlies coming up. We'll talk about our stance situations. But first, we got picks against the spread. We got Zach in here. We got Reese in here. Hopefully, Trevin will make his way in as well. But let's look at the records, okay? Because things are getting extremely interesting. You got Chat, still 2 games behind Eric. But Zach gained 3 games on Chat and Eric. Zach's only 3 games back. Zach could take the lead. Chat's almost fallen to 3rd. I'm still hanging back there in 4th, but I'm not too far behind. I need to have a good day. I gained a game on Eric and Chat. Trevin and Reese had an opportunity to gain ground. Couldn't. Wasn't really a good day for anybody last Monday. So it's gonna be interesting headed into today. We'll see if Eric can maintain his lead. Eric, man, I told you. Whenever you're like, yes, I'm in first, then you start to struggle. 3-7. Hopefully, for your case, you're not jinxing it.
I was only 3-7 because chat sucks lately, and they had all the same picks as me, so they jinxed me.
They brought you down.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, just pick the opposite games of Chat today, and you're probably going to do pretty well because Chat's been on a rough streak.
For the most part, unless I'm like trying to decide, I like to pick before Chat though. So
makes sense.
It doesn't make it easier to pick right away before that, so they don't accuse me of copying them, and then they pick the same as me. Then I can't really change it after that. So
yeah, as if somebody would want to copy Chat at this point. Anyway, this first game is an interesting one. You got Phoenix taking on Boston. Phoenix is a 1.5-point favorite.
All right, we got Saric was questionable, but it looks like he's going to play. Jay Crowder and Nader are out for the Suns. For the Celtics, they are still without Fournier, Robert Williams, and Jaylen Brown is doubtful for this game.
All right, I will take Phoenix.
All right. I'm also taking Phoenix.
The Jaylen Brown thing kind of sways things for me there.
Looks like Trevin is going with the Suns as well as Reese.
All right, good. We got Trevin in here. Everybody wait until Zach says counting starts now in chat to make your picks. We'll get the injuries out there because we don't want chat picking a team and then, prematurely and then hearing the injuries and then changing their picks because that's been happening. Zach is also going Phoenix. And I assume chat heavy Suns. We'll get the count on the Suns game. We need how many more votes for that? 5, 8, 9. We need 2 more votes for that Suns game. I did count a Celtics vote. I think it's 12-1 Suns right now. 13-1 Suns. 14-1 Suns. Let me know if that's correct, Zach. But I count 14-1 Suns. 1 Celtics vote, which was Storm Frantic. Gave the Celtics vote. Everybody else going Suns. So you got a clean sweep. Had a lot of clean sweeps lately. All right. We need to get on different wavelengths, but this is likely to be Chat's double down. 14-1 Suns. We'll see if they can 15-0 something. Game number 2, you got Orlando taking on New Orleans. New Orleans, 9.5-point favorite.
So you said 9.5?
Yeah.
Okay. For some reason, my YouTube's all blurry. I've tried refreshing it several times, but
Weird.
I can't.
Oh, sorry.
See
Zach.
what. But yeah, so The Pelicans are without Josh Hart and Nikhil Alexander-Walker, and
Okay.
also Johnson is doubtful. Um, for the Magic, they are without Isaac, Fultz, Ross, Ennis, Michael Carter Williams, Otto Porter Jr., and Wendell Carter Jr.
So who's their best player today?
Uh, Okiki?
Chumo Kiki season.
Franks, your boy Franks.
Oh, my guy Robert Franks, man.
Yeah. Cole, yeah, Reese says Cole Anthony's been playing well. He's actually playing again now.
I mean, honestly, New Orleans at 9.5 is tough.
I know, it's such a high spread, but damn.
But they got Zion, they got Ingram.
Ian says y'all are forgetting about Dwayne Bacon.
Oh yeah, Mr. Bacon.
Uh,
Trevin went Magic.
Pelicans never blow teams out. I'll take the Pelicans.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Pels as well. I don't like the spread though. Zach's going Pelicans. Reese is going Pelicans.
Trevin's going
Shaq
Magic.
goes Magic. Let's see. We got 4 from Magic. I believe that's 9-6. Let me know what the count is, Zach. But Pelicans for chat. So Trevin's on an island with the Magic in game number 2. Let's move on to game number 3. You got Milwaukee taking on Philadelphia. This game is on TNT. Milwaukee is a 7-point favorite.
All right, so Giannis is probable, so it looks like he's going to play. Korkmaz has been ruled out, along with Ben Simmons out.
Ben Simmons always out.
Yep. Steph Curry and George Hill are both going to play, and those are going to be the starting backcourt for the 76ers.
Is Embiid not out?
No, Embiid's playing.
Why did I think he got hurt?
He came back like a week or so ago.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Philly.
All right. I'm gonna take the Bucks.
All right.
Even though it's a high spread. So yeah, like Daniel, Dame's Goats, you guys, so voting, we have a kind of a new rule, so voting doesn't start until Zach says voting starts for each pick. Mm-hmm. So just make sure you don't vote before you voted or before you saw Zach saying, okay, voting for this game is open, and then that way your pick will be counted.
It's very simple. When Zach says voting starts, voting starts. If you vote before he said that, you can vote again. Basically, he's just going to read everything from his comment on down. I feel like that makes it easier to count votes, too.
Yeah.
But, yeah, all right. So, Eric's going Milwaukee. I'm going Philadelphia. Trevin's going Philadelphia. I feel like this is going to be the variety we need. Reese is going Philadelphia. Maybe not. Zach's going Philadelphia.
Nice.
And chat is 14-1 Philly. Wow. Okay, group thinking is winning out to end picks against the spread this season, man. It's so hard to get two people like a 2-4 vote, let alone a split vote. Yeah, stop copying. Anyway, game number 4. I'm just joking about the copy, and I know you guys just all think alike. Great minds think alike, right? Detroit's taking on San Antonio. San Antonio's a 10.5-point spread.
Yeah, huge point spread. The Spurs are without Dejounte Murray, Patty Mills, and Trey Lyles. The Pistons, however, are without Magruder, Dennis Smith Jr., Mason Plumlee, Jeremy Grant, Wayne Ellington, and Corey Joseph. And then on top of all that, Diallo is questionable.
So they got Diallo, they got Doumbouya, they got Okafor. They got. Ugh. Ugh. It's gross. The Pistons, no matter who they have out, seem to be able to keep things kind of close, though, so I'm just going to take Detroit with the points.
Yeah, that's a gross point spread.
Mm-hmm.
That's really gross.
I love how I said I'm taking Pistons, and then, like, there was a bunch of Spurs picked before that, and then right when I say I'm taking Pistons, I see, like, 3 Pistons votes.
I'm going to take the Spurs. I'm going against my strategy today. I don't know why, but taking all favorites so far. I'm not taking the points.
Yeah. I mean, I could see the Spurs winning by 30. I don't know, man. I don't like this spread at all. Got a couple games like this.
The Spurs have either lost or, like, won by a lot recently.
I feel like we're picking a lot of, like, the very bottom feeders lately in picks against the spread. Or, like, teams that just have everyone out.
We always have the Magic and the Pistons.
8-7 Spurs for chat. They're rolling with you.
Oh, man.
Zach is rolling Pistons. So, Zach and Chat and Eric are rolling Spurs. At least we got a 2-4 vote. There we go. That's game number 4. Game number 5, you got Chicago versus Charlotte. Chicago 1-point favorite.
Yeah, so Levine is still out, along with Troy Brown Jr. has recently been added to the injury report for the Bulls. And the Hornets are without Gordon Hayward, LaMelo Ball, and Malik Monk still.
Who's the first person you said out for Chicago?
Levine.
Okay.
Levine's been out for a while.
Yeah. I'm going to wait to make my pick. Trevin's going Bulls. I know my pick, but I'm going to wait.
I'm gonna go Bulls, even though screw the Bulls. They always screw me over, but yeah, I'm just gonna take all the favorites tonight. Screw it.
Alrighty, Zach's
I'm gonna roll with
Hornets.
a horrible strategy.
I mean, you went 3-7 Monday, so.
I mean, one bad week is not.
But I'm just saying, if you use the strategy Monday, you would have been 7-3.
Well, I kind of split votes. I picked some favorites, some underdogs. So no.
Gotcha. Well, we'll see how this works out for you. Reese is going Bulls, because of course he is. Don't vote twice after Zach says picks count, by the way. 8-7 Bulls for chat. I'm going Hornets. They've played solidly without those guys. I mean, we saw that firsthand. The Bulls have not been playing well. So
they played solidly against us. They had lost 4 in a row before that.
But they got... But what about after that? Didn't they play solidly, or am I just completely blanking? I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know.
But I'll take the Hornets.
Okay.
I'm not comfortable. The Bulls are playing bad, too. So, last game of the day. Another TNT game, 6:30. Lakers, Mavs. Dallas 3-point favorite.
All right, so Kleba is doubtful.
Okay.
But that's the only injury listed for the Mavs. And for the Lakers, they have LeBron is out. Marc Gasol is questionable. Dudley is out. Not that that matters. But Anthony Davis makes his return tonight, is available to play, but is on a 15-minute restriction.
Interesting. I'm going to wait to make my pick on this one.
I am going to take the Mavericks.
Alrighty.
Trevin is taking the Mavs as well.
It's going to be a clean sweep, isn't it? Alright, let's see. You got... I think it's Lakers. I mean, from the eyeball. We'll see. Where's Reese's pick?
Reese's Pieces.
Just went on Reese. I mean, I'll make my pick at this point. I am also going Mavericks.
Okay.
Reese is going Lakers. Yeah, pretty sure chat went Lakers. We'll get the final confirmation on that from Zach. 9-6 Lakers. All right, and then Zach, your pick. Got some more variety at the end. That's always good. So for chat, their double down is between 4 p.m. games, which makes me want to flip a coin for it. Because a little late going live with this. And those games have already tipped off. Mods and us, we don't look at it, so it's not a big deal.
I'm gonna go Bucks real quick because not seeing the score, I just like my island double down.
Mm-hmm. That's the thing. The only people that might be looking at scores are chat. So Zach is going Dallas. All right. So there's the final votes. Reese, chat going Lakers. Now on to double downs. You said you were going Milwaukee?
Yep.
All right. I was hoping that'd be the Bucks logo. Oh no, that was a couple of streams ago where everybody picked Bucks.
All right. It's all good, Carson. You know now. Yeah, it's not a big deal. Thanks for apologizing, but you didn't have to do that.
Trevin's going Phoenix. Phoenix for Trevin. There's Eric with the Bucks. It's between Dallas, Phoenix. I'm also gonna go Phoenix. Oh wow, it was already Phoenix. Dope. Okay, that works for me. I doubled down on Phoenix last stream and it worked out for me. So I said I hate picking Phoenix because they always screw me over. But we're last stream, so we're gonna see if the trend has reversed.
Okay, so after I made my selection, I looked at the scores, and I think we should just allow them to vote real quick on chat because it's fairly close to the spread. So
yeah. Chat, go ahead. It's between what?
It is between the Suns 1.5 over the Celtics and the 76ers +7 against the Bucks. So first 15 votes for in chat for those two games will be the double down.
Dang, I'm starting to wonder if I should double down on the Sixers, man, because I didn't want the same double down as chat. I need to gain ground. And chat is just overwhelmingly Suns, so. I feel like that's a pretty obvious double down with Jaylen Brown being doubtful. Even if he wasn't doubtful, I'd still be picking Suns there.
We didn't need a vote start now. But I don't think it matters. All right.
Yeah, for double downs, if there's a tiebreaker double down, we don't need that. We only use that for the injuries. So that we can get the injuries out there before people vote. So we don't have people like Jackson in chat like, wait, please wait. Injuries matter.
Zachary needs the spreads again if you want to go back through the games real quick.
All right.
Ish Fluent, towards the end of last night's post-game show over on our other channel, Blazers Uprise, we watched the whole Dame interview and responded to each question and stuff. So if you want our opinion on what he said there, that it's right towards the end. You can see Dame's video in the middle of the screen if you want to go back and look at what we said about that question and comments and stuff.
Yep.
Reese says Chicago.
Oh, Reese rolling with this boy. I don't know why I showed it already. It's not on Chicago yet. Here we go. There it is.
Reese are doubling down on the Cavs again. That's funny. If you knew anything
Get
about
screwed.
Reese, Reese was so mad at the Cavs last Monday.
Was he? Zach's double down is the Hornets. So Zach's going against Reese with his double down. So that Bulls Hornets game is an interesting one.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, does Zach even go Hornets? Not yet. He did.
Yeah.
I thought he didn't. You can't double down on a team he
That would
didn't
have been
vote
hilarious.
for. How would that even work? The math with that would not be fun.
You can't.
But that just
You can't just like split your vote so you get 1 point if.
that could be an interesting wrinkle. It would basically make it where that game is just 1-1 for you.
Didn't count. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe next year we'll throw that in if you're like
You'd be
not
kinda-
confident.
You'd be kind of weak though to take that instead of possibly getting 2 full games because that means automatically you can't get all your picks right.
Yeah.
Mateo's asking
that's
if you
true.
can see the standings again real quick.
The standings. All right. We should actually end each segment with the standings. But yeah, so anyway, that's picks against the spread. Here's the standings. Zach, Chat, both Zach and Chat have a chance of being in first after today. Eric, how many picks do you differ on Chat with?
The Bucks one, which I doubled down on.
Mm-hmm.
We both went Spurs. We're on the island there together. The only game we did different was they have the Lakers, I have the Mavericks. And then our double downs are different.
Okay.
And then the Sixers Bucks.
Okay. So Chat could gain 3 games on you if they get every pick right.
1.
Basically.
They
The
could,
double down, the Sixers, Bucks, and the...
if they get the Suns one right, they get a game. If I get that one, the Bucks one wrong, I lose 2 games, and
Yeah,
that's
so
the
it's-
third one. So it's like, yeah,
So that's 3?
it might be 4 because of my double down.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Math. Anyway. But yeah, I need to gain ground. So I'm hoping to kind of get up into that picture. I mean, Trevin and Reese are close enough where a couple good days and they can be up in this group at the top. They're close enough to kind of jump up a tier. You know, they were struggling. They were struggling a month or 2 ago. So it's nice that they got close enough where they aren't completely out of it in the stretch run. They just had real bad starts. I think since after the first month of the season, I think Reese might have the best record. Because he, if you remember, he started off like 10 and 30. He started off real bad. So once Reese got the hang of things, he did a lot better. I know he definitely wished he could just erase the first month, though. But anyway, that's picks against the spread. So,
Right now, real quick, Celtics, Suns just cut it to 5, but they were up 8 a second ago. And the Bucks are up 9, Pelicans are up 5.
okay.
Interesting. Keep an eye on those.
Yep. I'm going to put the...
Oh yeah, Zach might have the best record since the first month because he was
Yeah, he
pretty
did.
far down there as well.
And he started off okay, and if I recall correctly, he started off okay, and then he like had a slump and went down there for like a couple weeks, and then he bounced back up. I don't know. Be interesting to look at that. But I know in the past like month and a half, Reese has had the best record. I actually like add them up. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. We'll see. Let me get the standings picture up here. That'd be good to do. It's gonna look weird, but where do I save this? Oh, I got so many folders. You guys don't even know the back end of just how many folders I got. Oh my goodness. All right. I'll save this as West standings. There we go. And then I'll pull them up. So we're going to talk about the standings right now. We're going to talk about kind of the situation the Blazers are in.
Real quick before we get to that, Sherweezy's asking our thoughts on the Blazers hiring. I think it's Asia Jones is how you say it. I'm probably mispronouncing her first name. But they hired her as the director of basketball strategy, and she's going to work directly with Neil Olshey.
Okay, that's
So,
interesting.
uh, one, I'm all for as much diversity and promoting of not only minorities in this case, but a woman as well. So good diversification there. She's got a pretty extensive background, both playing in the WNBA, and so knowing the game. And then she was hired last year to work. I think she was an assistant for the Wizards since then. So yeah, good to see both women and minority getting a front office position within the organization, and yeah, I think it's a great thing.
Yeah, I agree with that. I hadn't even heard about that until now. So
It
cool.
just happened like less than an hour ago, I think. So.
Less than an hour ago. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I need to set up a scene for this because I want to start pulling up the standings and stuff. But I'll just upload the image. It might look kind of weird, but
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I meant Mystics, not the Wizards.
she can be our coach for all I care, honestly.
Sorry, CJ the Goat. I mean, okay.
Yeah, that's kind of rude, man. That's honestly 5-minute ban worthy. If I'm being honest. Rude. We don't accept rudeness in here. Anyway, all right. See, I told you this would look weird. We could put it over Eric, or put it over me. I'll let Eric get some screen time. That's the standings. Right now. See, I need to set up a scene for this. Actually, if your daughter's gonna step in the room, I'll just put it over you. There you go. Here are the standings. So Blazers are in a position where they could easily fall into a play-in position. I mean, I've been saying this for a while. I've been saying I expect it. Right now, this is a website I like to use. It's called playoffstatus.com, and it gives you the odds that each team will finish in each seed. And it's basically based off that team's record and then their upcoming strength of schedule. So I'm going to give you guys the percentages right now of where the Blazers, the chances that the Blazers finish in each seed according to playoffstatus.com. Okay, right now, the Blazers have a less than 1% chance at finishing with home court advantage. With a 1 seed, a 2 seed, a 3 seed, or a 4 seed.
That's pretty accurate.
Yeah. Sad, because we were up there for a bit and should probably still be contending for that, but nope. Right now, we have a 5% chance of getting the 5 seed, Eric.
5%. Jeez.
We have a 22% chance at getting the 6 seed. We have a 39% chance of getting the 7 seed. We have a 22% chance of getting the 8th seed.
Wait, so we have the same chance of staying in 6th, according to them, as falling to 8th?
Yes.
Wow.
Just based off strength of schedule and team records. So, yeah. Obviously, if we do well against the Grizzlies, it'll help. It will lower our chance of falling to 8th and raise our chances of being 6th or 7th. But yeah, right now we have a 22% chance of getting the 6th seed, 22% chance of getting the 8th seed, 5% chance of getting the 5 seed. So we have a 27% chance right now of not being in a play-in position. We have a 73% chance of being in a play-in position, according to playoff status. And that's because Dallas has a super easy schedule, and we have a super hard schedule, and they are half a game behind us right now. I mean, as you can see in the standings here, I'll give you some screen time now. I don't want to hog all the screen time. I mean, they're 31 and 26. We're tied in the loss column, right? Mm-hmm. We have the tiebreaker because we've won 2 out of 3. We don't play them again, do we? We don't.
Who, the Mavs? No.
Yeah. And so we'll have the tiebreaker, but we lose one more game than them the rest of the season. We're in a play-in position. Their schedule is extremely, extremely easy. Like one of the easiest schedules in the league. So yeah. We also have a 9% chance of being 9th. We have a 2% chance of being 10th. So we have a higher chance of being 9th or 10th than we do. We have an 11% chance of being 9th or 10th. Only a 5% chance of being 5th.
Is this like going into the plan, or are they factoring
going into the plan?
Yeah.
Going into the plan. Right now, the Mavericks have a 45% chance of being 6th and an 18% chance of being 5th. So yeah, it's. You can also see on this website. You can see, I think, our most likely first round playoff opponent. Which right now there's a 25% chance we face the Suns. There is a 23% chance we face the Clippers. There's a 19% chance we face the Jazz. 9% chance we face the Nuggets. And then every other team is less than 1% chance. Less than 1% chance for the Lakers, Mavericks, Grizzlies. Yeah, which I find kind of surprising. But if you think about it, the Lakers right now have, according to this website, a 75% chance of being 4th or 5th. Okay. And we have almost no chance of being 4th or 5th, right? So that's basically the way things are shaking out. I mean, the Suns or the Jazz, I wouldn't completely rule out the Blazers. I feel like we'd have a better chance against the Suns or the Jazz than we would against the Clippers or the Lakers. So, still not high on our chances, but that's basically the way it shakes out. Playoffstatus.com is the website that I'm using for that. What are your thoughts? Do you have any thoughts?
I mean, those kind of things never like us, even if we're playing well. And, preseason, a lot of those same predictor models had us not making the playoffs at all. So, I don't know. Those kind of things never seem to like us.
Yeah, well, it's not a predictor model. It's not like BPI. I know what you're saying with like BPI and the stuff ESPN comes off. Up with. It's literally just based on what the Blazers have done in their record so far this season. Mm-hmm. So it's not based on like, it's like not based on like a model trying to project something, at the very start of the season. It's just basically given the Blazers' record and the strength of schedule they have left compared to other teams is their likelihood of finishing where. Like, obviously, take it all with a grain of salt, but I agree with it. I think I would agree with there being a 70% chance we're in a play-in situation.
Yeah.
We cannot close out games against good teams. Mm-hmm. Dallas has an insanely easy schedule. We have an insanely hard schedule, and they're tied with us in the loss column. We have to lose one more game than them. I think that's very likely. So I agree with that. I think we're going to end up doing a post-game show for a play-in game, Eric, just like last year.
Yeah.
Which is sad.
And we don't get the rest before the playoff starts. And if we lose that, then, we might be out of the playoffs completely. Man, that's crazy.
Yeah,
But, I don't know. I'd be interested to see if we won last night, how much that changes, because I think we actually would have a chance to catch, or a lot more likely to hold on to 6th and maybe even move up to 5th. Not a lot, but compared to 1% or whatever you said, or 5% to move up to 5th. I think if we would have won last night, we would have been in position if we start playing better, like everyone's saying we're playing better lately, then I think that might have been realistic. But the fact that we lost both of these last 2 games and looked so bad against Charlotte, I don't know. I think that's pretty accurate. It's something we talked about all year, is avoiding the play-in, but it looks inevitable at this point.
Yeah, but we don't want to be 5th though. That would be a first-round matchup against the Lakers, most likely.
Yeah, that's true, but...
Actually, no, we'd pass them. So it would be like the Nuggets. I would take the Nuggets. Yeah, you're right. Huh.
But yeah, so... I don't know. I mean, I'm not super scared of the Lakers, especially not knowing how the injuries are going to affect their 2 stars. But yeah, I mean... I think if we could just somehow win in the first round, which I'm not saying that's likely or anything, but Then you have the 1/8 in the next round. But yeah, now that's kind of out of the realm of possibilities. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, you're likely going to have to deal with the Lakers or the Clippers at some point in the first two rounds. I don't like our chance against them. I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, I want to do, like, I want a playoff run for post-game streams and whatnot. You know what I mean? That'd be fun.
Yeah.
I just am trying not to be overly optimistic with our chances. You know, I'm not trying to get people's hopes up when they shouldn't be up. As you guys know, I try and be realistic. We try and be realistic. It's just not looking good. Like long term, I don't think it's a big deal.
The stream was so fun when we won Game 1 against the Lakers. That was one of the best streams, but unfortunately, we haven't had the joy yet on Blazers Uprise of having a stream after winning a playoff series. So I can only imagine how celebratory that would be, especially if it ended in a way that some of the series have ended with Dame game winners and stuff like that. But yeah, it would probably just be an hour of us rewatching that. But yeah, it's just as frustrating as it is. Yeah, I'm with you. We're trying to see the light at the end of the tunnel. I won't be happy when they get swept or lose in 5 this year again. But the consequences of that hopefully will bring about at least one major change, and that's with the head coach. And we'll see what else they do as well.
Yep. But yeah, so the game against the Grizzlies tomorrow, if we win that game, we'll have, you know, just based on this website, we'll have a 34% chance of being top 6 and 66% chance of being a play-in. If we lose that game, we'll have a 18% chance of being top 6 and an 82% chance of being in a play-in. So that game tomorrow is important. I mean, every game at this point is important. But, I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, just give us a top 4 pick, you know? That's all I want, man. It's all I want.
Man, in this draft, that would... I mean, you get all the people saying, we don't need another draft pick, but that would be an incredible way to take our team from this kind of lull where we can't seem to do much outside of that one season into possibly having a championship level ceiling. Just the luck of the draw of the numbers there. But yeah, I mean, if we don't make the playoffs, I would love for it to happen. But
here are the lottery odds, by the way, if anybody's curious, of top 4, top 1 overall. I mean, 14th, we'd have a 2.4% chance of being top 4. I mean, that'd be the silver lining, you know, because we're probably not going to get higher than 14th. That's the problem. If we drop, it's probably not going to get much better than that, unless like a team in. So like if a team in like 9th or 10th plays its way into the Eastern Conference playoffs, and a team like, I don't know, Miami fell out, then we could be 13th, 12th, hypothetically. Depending on who played into the Western Conference playoffs, whatnot. I don't know.
It's tough though, because would we still be 4th in the East? Or did someone?
Yeah, something like that. But yeah. Anyway, 14th ain't going up to 1. When I sim the lottery. But that's tankathon.com if you guys are curious.
Little over 1 in 50 chance.
Yeah. 0.5 chance of. I mean, if let's spend 3 minutes just doing draft hypotheticals. All right, just for fun. And then we'll talk about this Grizzlies game. And I'm curious to see what chat says. If we get the number 1 pick right now, who would you take? If I force you to like just come up with something, I know we haven't gone in depth on.
Honestly, I would much rather not get the number 1 pick, just so we don't have the pressure of making that wrong. I'd rather have like 2 in this one.
Well, that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna say number 1. Who would you take? Okay, and then let's say we're number 2 and that guy's off the board.
See, I really like Suggs, but I don't think I would take him if I was the Blazers. And I wouldn't draft for need. That's not what I'm saying. But man, I really like Mobley a lot. That would be tough to pass him up. Um, I'm not as high on Cade as a lot of people are, but obviously wings that are built like that are hard to pass up too. But yeah, I mean,
So who would you take? I know it's a tough one.
man, I probably take Mobley just because having like an athletic big with that
Hmm.
passing ability and defensive ability would, I think, transform the team. And I think he could play a little bit with Nurkic as well. And
Yeah.
then also he could play center if Nurkic is hurt or whatever. So,
It would create an interesting thing with Nurkic long term though, because like Mobley's best position's probably center, definitely center. So it would kind of put a time clock on Nurkic's time here. Yeah, I'm not. I don't know how I feel about Cunningham. Mobley has a lot of potential, and defensively, Mobley's like great. Like Mobley would like year one might be better defensively than Nurkic. So I mean, we need like an elite rim protector, and Nurkic has that ability ish, but he's not like elite in terms of rim protection. So,
what's up?
but
What's up, Jimmy Cleveland? Just wanted to say hi to him.
yeah, what's up, Jimmy? I mean, Cade is so dynamic though, and
Yeah.
he could be like your Draymond role in a way, forward that can pass. He's 6'8" with like a 7'1" wingspan. I feel like bulk
He can
him up a
shoot the
little
ball
bit.
too.
Yeah, bulk him up a little bit, and he could maybe be your 4. So I'd probably go Cunningham. Cunningham or Mobley, definitely. And then if I was number 3 and both those guys were off the board, that's kind of the other hypothetical I wanted to bring up. Well, would you take Cunningham number 2 if Mobley was off the board? 'Cause I know you're a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm the Blazers, I would. The thing is, I mean, I might even still take Cunningham at 1. It's just, I mean, finding dynamic wings like that. But I still want to, since he played in the G League, I didn't really watch many of the G League games, but I still want to.
Cunningham?
No, I was going to mention Jalen Green.
Oh, yeah.
I still wanted to look at him because what little I've seen of him, I'm pretty intrigued by him up there as well, and also Kuminga. I don't think would be in the conversation for 1, but if we got like 3 or 4, he might enter the conversation as well.
Yeah, I would. If we got number 3, Jalen Green would probably be my pick. I would lean Jalen Green over Jalen Suggs. I'm not biased. I love Jalen Suggs. I'm a huge Gonzaga fan. But for what we need, I mean, they're similar enough prospects that I'm taking the wing. I'm taking the forward. Yeah, I like Jalen Green. I think Jalen Green could be I think Jalen Green will probably be an all-star. I think he can be a 25 point per game scorer. He has that level of upside at the 3. So, I mean, I love this draft. That's why it's just like, I don't know. I wish if we fell into the draft, we could just fall to like 10th and have a legit chance of getting top 4. And then bring in a new coach. I mean, that's what would give us the best chance of winning a championship with Dame. Most people wouldn't agree with that, but if we fell into the lottery, somehow got in top 4, fired the coach, it would raise our chances of winning a championship with Dame dramatically. Dramatically. So I'm not, obviously that's very unrealistic, but
If we got the 3rd pick, we should trade it for Aaron Gordon because that would solve all our problems.
well, that's the other thing. If we got like a pick that high, though, is it opens up trade possibilities too.
Yeah.
Should somebody become
we'd have to
available.
wait till after. I mean, we'd have to trade the rights to that player since we'd still owe Houston a future pick. But yes, that's a good point as well.
But I don't think there will be. I don't know. There's not many stars that seem like they'll be available. Like maybe Bradley Beal, but like we got CJ. I don't know.
Yeah.
You want that star forward. There's not many available. I'm not trading a top 4 pick for Siakam. I wouldn't trade a top 4 pick for Siakam, honestly.
Yeah, I think at that point you just roll the dice with Cunningham or Mobley or Green and just hope that they're the next big thing. Because, I mean, even if Cunningham turns out to be a bust, like, you can see why you need guys like that, big athletic wings with that kind of skill set. Like you need players like that on your team. So I definitely would take that risk, even if I'm not as high on him. And Trevin thinks he's so funny saying that since we're both kind of, I wouldn't say down on Cunningham, but since we don't think he's like as great as a lot of people, that means he's going to be the best player in the draft, according to Trevin.
I'm not necessarily down on him. I just don't think he's head and shoulders above a guy like Mobley, and I think you could make a case for Jalen Green over him.
Yeah.
You know, not that I'm necessarily making that case. It's just a lot of people act like he's head and shoulders better than all those guys.
Yeah.
And I think he's more on their tier.
This isn't like last year where we both had LaMelo not in our top 3 or whatever. You know, it's like Cunningham's definitely in the conversation. I just, I don't know.
Yeah, here's the thing. I've always been against, like, big playmakers that are slow and have questionable shots. Mm-hmm. I mean, LaMelo shot like 27% from 3 in Australia, comes to the NBA, is shooting 36% from 3. And that made him, I don't know, I said if he can shoot the 3 ball well, like off the bat, then he should probably be top 3. I just was questioning his shooting ability because he didn't shoot the ball well in Australia. And then he comes in and shoots great. Like, you know, I didn't say that wasn't going to happen. I just didn't expect it.
Yeah. And Mateo, that's correct. If we make the playoffs, our pick goes to Houston, and then that trade is complete, and we then can trade future first again. But yeah. And Shervin, I watched Cade play more than just against Oregon State, but yeah, I didn't like how he just kind of sat around the 3-point line and didn't attack the basket at all in that game, and he kind of shot them out of the game at one point. But yeah, that's, to me, I don't know. It's hard though, because we saw last year with so many players that came back for their sophomore season and had like insanely different stats, like a Halliburton, than his freshman year. So it's kind of hard to judge off just the freshman year, especially playing for a team like Oklahoma State, who's not a traditional power or anything like that.
Yep. Belgian asked if we can draft Drew Timme. I think Drew Timme is going to go back to Gonzaga, because here's the two things on him. He doesn't shoot threes, and he's a slow-footed big, and probably slightly undersized center in the NBA. He needs to develop a three-point shot. He needs to go back to college and develop a three-point shot. He needs to try and get a little quicker defensively. He does that, he'll definitely be a second-round pick in the 2022 draft. I think there would be a chance he goes undrafted this year. He's a great college player. Game doesn't translate too well. Yeah. So I think he could, going back for another year could only help him at this point, because this year's draft is super deep, super loaded. So, that's also a factor in that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll see. I think, is that a little bit of wishful thinking?
It is wishful thinking. Bro, Chet and him complement each other so well. Yeah. So well. Because Timmy's not a rim protector, but he's like a low post player. So you need a guy that can protect the rim and shoot next to him. And those guys are hard to find that can protect the rim and shoot. Chet does both of that. It is a perfect complement.
I think, he's got such good footwork and stuff around the basket, though. Like, you can overcome a little bit of the slowness and lack of mobility and stuff with that footwork. But
offensively, he just seems like a guy who would get picked apart defensively and not provide enough offensively to make up for that.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. Anyway, I'm excited though. At least we got Chet, man. Next year's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be crazy having a guy like that.
And one more thing about LaMelo, playing professionally last year, it hasn't really panned out for many players, at least their first year in the league, going overseas and skipping college. But in this case, where you didn't have the tournament last year. For the NCAA, and then you had basically very little training camps or off-season practice time with your rookies. That might have been a situation where that playing professionally already had him a little more prepared than a lot of rookies coming in. I'm not saying that factors into whether he's going to be good or not, because obviously he's a lot better than I think even the people who were all over him as being their favorite prospect in that draft. I think even those people would be surprised at how well he shot the ball until his injury and just how well he was doing his first season in the league.
Yep. So I was going through the group chat because apparently I got kicked. I don't know what happened there, but anyway, yeah. So we'll have more draft talk, especially going into the offseason. We'll have another mock offseason.
We'll have no draft pick though if we make the playoffs and get swept.
Yeah, that's.
And then we'll have no draft pick.
Yeah, but at least we'll have all our future draft picks after that. But,
that's true.
Yeah, that'll be tough. We'll be saying, man, Roko's great, but we could have had Sadiq Bey and I don't know, maybe somebody like a Zaire Williams falls to like 16.
Mm-hmm.
That would hurt, but yeah. So we'll have more draft talk and we'll have the mock off season. Yeah. I'm excited. I want the mock off season to start now, man. I'm excited for that. That'll be fun.
And honestly, it could be a little over a month away from starting.
Yeah, we'll start it probably very shortly after the Blazers get eliminated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we'll do it how we did it last year. A lot of you guys probably don't know what that is. Watch some old streams if you're curious. That's all I gotta say.
I already had some people DM me on Discord asking if they could be in it this year, so it'll be interesting to see if we have a lot more than 30 people wanting to do it, how we'll break that down.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, obviously we know certain people are, of course, grandfathered in, but the last few spots might get kind of tricky on who to let do it.
Yeah. I don't know, man. But that just means we gotta do two. Eric cringes because it's no. I would handle one if you wanted to handle the other. I don't know. I don't want to exclude people, and I also like running more than one team because I nerd out on that. But two might be just way too much. I don't know. We'll figure it out. You think two's too much? Doing two at one time? Yeah, if we have like so many people that want to do it. No chance. It was like a 20-hour job for me. Well, that's what I was saying. I'd step up and yeah, but wonder if there's any way to make it more efficient. But yeah, I don't know. There's probably no way to do two. So we're gonna have to decline some people, which sucks. And we're gonna have to make some tough decisions between people that we like talk to a lot, in person, and people that were in it last year. And there's definitely people that were in it last year that won't be in it this year, though. Mm-hmm. A couple notable ones too. But yeah, we'll figure it out. That'll be fun. See, that's the thing. Once the season's over, we'll have a mock-off season, then lead up to the draft, free agency. We'll keep it going, and it'll still be fun. You know what I mean? Like, the off-season will still have a lot of fun content and enjoyable stuff for you guys. So it's not like where I'm like, oh, I don't want the season to end. I'm kind of cool with whatever, just along for the ride. Anyway, let's preview this game for the next 10 minutes or so, 5 minutes. Jaren Jackson Jr. is back right in time for us to play them 3 times, Eric. That's inconvenient, but good for him for finally being back. He's been out all season long. You know what? It's funny, though, is Memphis is at a harder schedule than us, right? Yep, I believe so. They are 2 games behind us. They were missing Jaren Jackson Jr. all season. They had a stretch where they were missing John Morant. So, injuries, they dealt with them. They have dealt with them. Mm-hmm. Just as well as we have. We have a much better roster. We've put out much better lineups this season than they have. They've had a harder schedule, and they're only 2 games behind us. I mean, I like the job that Taylor Jenkins has done there the past 2 years. The fact that they've been able to overcome those injuries and be competitive this year. I mean, if we had the Grizzlies roster and then had the injuries that they dealt with this year, you'd have a lot of people in the Blazers fan base and Blazers media saying, "Oh, we should be 20 games below 500."
Yep.
We have to play Kyle Anderson and start Dylan Brooks and Valanciunas is our best player for like a month stretch where they're missing John Morant. Like, it's actually surprising they're doing so well. But what do you think the keys are to taking care of them? Is it as simple as just stopping John Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr. or what?
I mean, that would be nice. It's John Morant's one that. So not really a drop scheme, but you don't have to necessarily play out. Even though what's his 3-point percentage this year? I think it's better than it has been.
John Morant's?
Yeah,
I'll look it up right now.
but
Got you. It is. Okay. It's not better. It's 29%.
Okay, so not good. Make him beat you with the 3-point ball versus getting that. You don't want to sag like 15 feet off like Cantor does and let him use that athleticism to come at you before you try to stop him. So give him a little bit of space, but not enough space to get going at you on those pick and rolls. And Reese, with the all-time most contradictory comment ever, he says Dylan Brooks is underrated. Analytically, he was like the worst player in the league last year.
and Reese is the analytical
Reese
guy.
is like the analytical, offensive and defensive raptor and on-off stats and all that kind of stuff. Dylan Brooks was basically the worst player in the league last year if you trust all that stuff, so that's comical coming from Reese. But yeah,
I'm surprised by that because even his like normal stats is like he's not efficient from 2.
Yeah.
He's not efficient from 3. He plays almost 30 minutes a game, only gets 2.5 assists, only gets 3 rebounds. So it's not like he's filling up the stat sheet. Defensively, I mean, doesn't seem like he's been good this year, and the advanced analytics that Reese loves doesn't really back it up. So I'm confused, Reese. Why is he super underrated? I'll give you a chance to make a case for it in chat. But yeah, watch, he's gonna burn us for 30 points. We're gonna be saying, "See,
no, he's
I
certainly
told
capable.
you."
He does that crap, but it's usually on high volume. But he's absolutely a guy who can get hot and can take over a game. But yeah,
yeah. But he's like a guy that'll shoot you out of games a lot of times as well.
And Reese isn't even like a duck honk either. But and Trevin's piling on now. This is coming from the guy who said Norman Powell isn't good. So yeah,
locks up other teams' guards, Eric.
Yeah, that's why CJ always goes nuts against Memphis. It's like wrong again, Reese.
Wait. Well, what happened in the play-in game, Eric?
I don't know.
Last season, you remember CJ
don't
popping off?
I don't remember. I mean, I seem to recall CJ always having good games against Memphis, but I could be mistaken, I guess. And Reese might not be wrong for the second time in a row, but I think I like my chances of my memory versus.
We're challenging Reese to be better. Let's see here. Oh, they don't have the stat sheet on Basketball Reference because the game doesn't count as playoffs or regular season, so it just basically doesn't even count. Didn't he have 30 points? I'm curious.
Okay, but still, one game sample size doesn't make up for all the other games that CJ has killed Memphis. And that's back when they had, Conley as well and players like that. But
yeah, CJ McCollum, 33 points, 14 for 21 in the play-in game.
Damn, Dylan Brooks locked him up. And CJ wasn't even playing good in the bubble up until that point.
Yeah, and then he went against Dylan Brooks and popped off. So, I mean, we'll see, Reese. I don't know.
Savik says thoughts on Jaren Jackson tomorrow. Well, I mean, he's a great player. He's probably still kind of limited based on coming back from his injury. Valanciunas was just ruled out, Reese says. Thank you for that information. So that is good for us.
So I assume they start Clark and Jaren Jackson Jr. Would you put Nurkic on Clark and Rocco on Jaren Jackson Jr.?
Yeah, or just you don't necessarily have to have a set person guarding him. You could just have
Yeah.
whichever one goes to the paint, have Nurt guard that guy, and whichever one stays on the perimeter, have Rocco guard that guy.
Yeah, or it's likely a situation if Memphis pushes in transition,
Yeah.
they guard whoever is
Yep.
closest, you know. So if Nurkic is closest to Jaren Jackson Jr. transition, he picks him up and vice versa. But yeah, I mean, Clark's more of an interior player. Jaren Jackson Jr. is good on the perimeter. Um, can shoot. You gotta get out on him. So you know, I don't. Clark isn't a bad shooter either. His shot's extremely
Yeah.
weird. But he's right now he's shooting.
He's played well against us.
Oh well, he's struggling from three this year. Last season he shot 36% from three, but he's only shooting 30% from three this year. So he's a guy that you can kind of leave out there on the perimeter. So you would rather keep Nurkic kind of in the paint. So I'd probably put Nurkic against Clark. Because otherwise Nurkic is going to have to chase Jaren Jackson Jr. out to the perimeter. That's going to open up the interior. Rocco can handle the interior, but I would probably put Rocco on Jaren Jackson Jr. That's probably the best option going into that game. I would go under screens on John Morant. I honestly think this is a team we actually match up pretty well with.
Mm-hmm.
You go under screens on John Morant. You put Nurkic on Clark. You put Rocco on Jaren Jackson Jr. You move the ball against this team. You also make sure to take care of the ball because I don't know where they rank in terms of fast break points, but it seems like they're probably a fast break oriented team. I don't know.
I will get all that information for you.
We race into it. Memphis, I just found it, and Memphis leads the league in fast break points per game.
And they're 8th in pace of play.
Yep, they get 16.4 fast break points per game. In the last 3 games, Eric, they're getting 24 fast break points per game in the last 3 games. So this is a team that likes to run. With Valanciunas out and Clark and Jaren Jackson Jr. in, they're built to run even more. So this is a team you got to guard in transition. Transition defense has not been good for the Blazers. You don't want to turn over the ball against this team because that'll give them opportunities to get out and run. They don't have great shooting. If you can get this into a half-court game, you can have success because we can go under screens on John Morant, run our conservative schemes, and he's probably not going to make you pay. Now, if he gets hot, maybe you got to switch it up, but he's shooting 30% from 3 on the season. Right? Brandon Clark's starting, shooting 30% from 3 on the season. Jaren Jackson Jr. is probably going to be in there. He is a solid 3-point shooter, but maybe he's a little rusty. Dylan Brooks only shooting 34% from 3 on the season. So they don't have much shooting.
Underrated, though.
Underrated 3-point shooter. But yeah, and then has Kyle Anderson been out?
No, he's been playing.
Okay.
He might have missed one game, but he's been a surprisingly good 3-point shooter this year, hasn't he? At least in terms of
he's regressed a little bit. He's shooting 34% from 3 right now.
Because that was up near 40, I think, over a while.
Yeah, I'm going to look up his April 3-point percentage, which is, in April, he's shooting 29%. In March, he shot 26%. So in the last 2 months, he's been under 30% from 3. So that's their starting 5. Their best 3-point shooter is Dylan Brooks shooting 34%, or maybe Jaren Jackson Jr., who hasn't played in a long, long time. So this is a team, doesn't shoot well. It'll be interesting to see if we do get into a half-court game, if somehow they shoot well against us, because bad 3-point shooting teams shoot well against us when we don't guard the 3-point line. Still got to play some defense out there, but this is a team that doesn't shoot well, so they try and get out and run. That's how they're able to score at a high enough rate to be as solid as they've been this season in terms of performance.
Yep.
So that's the key to the game.
And it's going to be kind of frustrating if they do hit threes, because we're leaving them open and letting them get into a rhythm, and then we hear, they're not a good 3-point shooting team, they were just making them tonight, I was like, no crap, it's because you're not defending them at all. But yeah, our defense has been a little better the last few games, so I think they should build on that. But if I see a lot of rebounds or even made buckets with a quick outlet pass and they get easy lay-ins and stuff like that, that's going to be a huge problem for me, knowing that all the things you just said.
Yep. So Reese said, good defender, can score not efficiently, but can score. Anybody can score inefficiently. Anybody. Scoring inefficiently is not a good thing. That's an interesting debate, though. That's something that I feel like a lot of people don't realize. If you score inefficiently, you're better off just running some team offense and not dominating the ball and jacking up shots if you're an inefficient scorer. Yeah. You know? So the fact that you get 17 points per game inefficiently, that's not a good thing. Okay? So the only redeeming quality is that he's hypothetically a good defender, which advanced stats don't even back up. So, I think Dillon Brooks is, if anything, Dillon Brooks is a little overrated. But, I mean, transition, fast break, the pace of play is a bigger key, than it normally is, just because of the way Memphis plays.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, let's wrap this up, or is there anything else from this game that you want to talk about?
I just want to say that might be this year, maybe for the first time, Reese, but not previous years. But yeah, no, I think we pretty much summed it up. Blazers just need to show up. They need to play hard for the full game. They need to do the things. They can't slack off. They can't have these lulls of energy. They need to take care of business and put a team away and just build the lead. And then sustain it. And until they start doing that, it's hard to even come up with many keys, because we know it's not going to consistently happen. Even knowing, just you and I can look at their strengths and know what they need to stop and what they need to do, and then it's frustrating to not see them seemingly care to stop a fast break team or to not contest open threes against a good 3-point shooting team or whatever. It's just frustrating. But at some point, they either need to step up or just just keep being like you are, and your season's pretty much over in a few weeks. So
yeah. I mean, that's the point they're at. Random question that we get, and I honestly don't know the answer to this. King says, do you guys do Summer League streams, Eric? Did we do Summer League streams when we started the channel? We didn't, did we?
No, because we hadn't really
new.
started streaming yet. Yeah, we were just on the draft was our first show, and then you kind of did some videos and stuff, but no, we didn't do anything for Summer League, and then there wasn't, of course, one this year. Mm-hmm. I would say, if we don't have a draft pick this year, I mean, our team's going to be pretty weird and weak. So, I don't know if that's even worth, a lot of years. Summer League's, one of my favorite things. I like it way more than preseason games. And sometimes, a few games this year, I like Summer League more than that. But I don't think... if we don't have a draft pick, it's kind of hard to be super excited about it.
Yep. This summer, honestly, just probably going to be Blazers Uprise Live, and that's it. Twice a week. Mondays, we'll probably go back to 9 p.m. Thursdays, maybe keep it 3:30. I don't know. We'll figure that out as we get there, but that'll be what the summer is, and more videos, and then we'll have, all the good streams like the free agency and draft streams. It's going to be kind of weird to have those streams only 8 months after the last ones, It seems like, dang, man, the draft's in 3 months, Eric. It's just crazy. But, so we'll a lot of our streams will be based around the mock off season, then previewing free agency and all that type of stuff. But Summer League, I don't even think Summer League will happen this year.
Yeah, I'm not sure how they're going to do that.
It would have to be in August.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I don't know. I think at some point it'd be good to just take a couple weeks off. I don't know. If you want to do solo streams or something, maybe. But at some point, I'll probably just want to take 2 weeks off.
I'm not even thinking about it yet.
Yeah, I mean, Eric says, "How about the 3-on-3 tournament?" That's something that I don't know. Has there been any news on that? Are they planning on doing that this year, Eric?
I have not seen any official thing about it. I think they're just going to wait as long as they can to uh, decide that. But yeah,
They should.
I've seen no update on it.
Yeah. Was
We
this supposed to be on August 1st and 2nd last year?
Yeah, because it was it was like July 29th and 30th or 30th and 31st the year before.
Okay, yeah. So it still says Rip City 3-on-3 is canceled for August 1st and 2nd. I assume that's from last year.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll come up with a plan around that. If that happens, I don't know. We'll come up with something. We'll either do just a couple videos, or
We'll
I
have
don't know.
we'll have a meetup. Everyone can come watch us and cheer us on.
against some bad. I would want, okay, if that happens, I would want the media bracket to be how it was the year before, where like there was like some legitimately really good players. Because like the first year we were in the media bracket, there was actually some legitimately like really solid players, and then the year after, it was just a breeze. It was just easy, you know. So I hope the competition is back to how it was the year before. But I mean, in August they should be able to. I assume it'd be like maybe late August. Like a month later. It's kind of like this whole offseason, everything's a month later.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe late August. I mean, at that point, hopefully they should be able to hypothetically have it. Just once everybody's vaccinated and hopefully herd immunity, whatnot, they may, require a negative COVID test or something, but they should hopefully be able to have it this summer. So, maybe that'll be a thing that we'll lump in there, but we'll have content for you guys, and it'll be fun. It'll be fun. I'll enjoy it. So anyway,
We'll challenge Brandon Goldner and whatever crew he wants to a 3-on-3 tournament if we don't play in the Rip City 3-on-3.
yeah, we'll have meetups or something this summer for sure. But yeah, so anyway, if you have any more questions for summer content, I like thinking about summer content. Just something new. It's just something different. It's a change of pace.
Yeah.
And yeah, we didn't have like a mock off season last off season. We had it like during the hiatus.
Yeah.
So like last off season, we didn't have like a lot of the normal content we'd have during the off season. I felt like
The off season went by so fast. That's why.
yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna enjoy this year's off season for sure, and it'll still be a little bit shorter. So we got you guys covered. If you guys have any questions or ideas, shoot them our way. You guys should know our Twitter accounts at ToryJonesYT for me, at Hoopshock for Eric. You guys can always DM us. Can we get a marble racing tournament? What, for everybody in chat? Yeah, no. But yeah.
Do you know what's up with the Google moderator team deleting?
I think if you say Google.com or something,
No,
like
any.com is now, or any it's being deleted automatically by Google moderator team. It's weird.
I mean, Trevin just posted it.
I know,
so
but
I don't know what the deal is.
In a minute, it'll get deleted.
Will it? Will mine get deleted?
I put BlazersUprise.com earlier and it got deleted. Yeah, you just gotta wait a minute.
I wonder if mine will get deleted.
It's annoying though.
I assume mine won't.
Yep, there goes Trevin's.
Yeah, Trevin's gone. I don't know why that's a thing. I don't control that.
I mean, it just started happening last night. It hadn't really happened in a while.
It didn't delete mine, but my comment disappeared.com. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. I mean, I don't think there's anything I can do for that. So,
CJ the Goat says he's gonna fly in to play you 101.
Yeah, have fun with that,
That's a waste
man.
of money, dude.
Have fun with that. But we'll get some meetups, and I want to put out, so like I want to put a couple videos out just of like pickup runs at a gym that we'll rent out with like the community and people, and then hopefully Rip City 3-on-3, and then the mock off season and the draft, free agency. Am I missing anything?
No, I think we got most of it.
That's a pretty good base for content. for the offseason,
Yeah.
I think, and videos leading up to the offseason. Then we'll preview the season. So there might be like a month lull or something in like September. But I mean, if there's summer league, we can talk a little bit about that. So we have the offseason down pretty much in terms of content, I think.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
Anyway, so that's going to wrap up the stream. Thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate you, those of you who tune into our second channel.
Oh, yeah. Sherman said our celebratory stream when Stotts gets fired as well.
Oh, well, that too.
Yeah.
That too. Of
Add
course.
that to the list, yes.
Yes. That'll be like the stream to cap off the season,
Yes.
right? That'll be
like our exit interview.
The transition. Yes, that'll be like the exit interview. Right after the season. Stotts gone. Okay. We're transitioning into a new era of the channel, essentially. Because we're known as the Fire Stotts guys. If Stotts gets fired, then what are we known as?
We're known as those clowns that were wrong that when there was a new coach, it didn't change anything.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll sit there saying, well, the new coach didn't change anything.
Oh,
so...
no. According to someone, we're then going to turn on Dame, and then we're going to hate Dame on him traded or something. That's the dumbest argument I've ever heard in my life.
Like, oh, God, man. Yeah, I'm not even going to talk about that. Don't even get me started on...
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Anyway, that's going to wrap up this stream. Thank you guys for tuning in. We will catch you tomorrow with the post-game stream going live around 9:30. Hope to see you in there. And until then, I hope you have a good rest of your Thursday and then a good Friday. We'll catch you on the post-game stream. I don't know. My outros are getting worse. I just repeated myself. Anyway, for all the bad outros, this is another one. We'll catch you later. As always, peace out. Go Blazers.